How are you? I hope you are fine. So today I'm with the next video in our online classes which is going on. I hope you are watching that every day. And today we'll continue the topic. So yesterday we have discussed about the different method of separation of mixture. Okay, so different methods of separation of mixture in study class. We have also discussed why we are using different method, and today we'll discuss how this method works and what are the different methods. So once again I'll revise that we'll discuss on this method only in this chapter, that is sedimentation, decarnation, filtration, winnowing, sieving, magnetic separation, evaporation, sublimation, centrifugation and crystallization. So without wasting time we'll start the topic. So first, that is sedimentation and decarnation. Okay, sedimentation and decarnation, they are the two terms. Okay, the method is the same. Okay, that is one method. Okay, that means not one is sedimentation, one is decarnation, but in this method, okay, that occurs in the two phase. The first is sedimentation and next is decarnation. So I will discuss what is sedimentation. The process of settling down of heavier particles at the bottom of the beaker, that means the container in which we are keeping the mixture. Okay, in the first phase what happens, the heavier particles they settle down slowly. It takes time. Slowly, when it is kept at certain place, slowly it settle down, and that is called sedimentation. Now after that, the particles is separated, and the next phase, next process is there, that is called decarnation. That is the process of pouring clean liquid into another vessel, that is decarnation. So the first method of separation of mixture, that is sedimentation and decarnation. Sedimentation means the process of settling down of heavier particles at the bottom of the beaker. Next, decarnation means the process of pouring clean liquid into another vessel. So some of the things related to sedimentation and decarnation, that is, this method is used to separate heterogeneous mixture. Okay, heterogeneous mixture, and that also having different in density. In earlier we have discussed different method depends upon the nature of the components. So this sedimentation and decarnation, that can be done through heterogeneous mixture which have different density. The components have different in density and also have different in mass. Okay, now these kinds of component, if there is in the mixture, okay, that can be separated by sedimentation and decarnation. So to help you or to make you understand better, there is two diagram. So in the first diagram you can see first with a glass rod, muddy water. Okay, muddy water that is mixed together. In the next, what happens after some time, you can see there is a separation in the clean water and the mud. Why? Because the mass of the mud particles that is more, and they slowly settle down. So this process is called sedimentation. Okay, they slowly settle down. The mud, every mud after some time they slowly goes down, they settle down. So overall, this first process, that is called sedimentation. After that, what happens? At top there is clean water and at bottom there is mud. So slowly we pour that clean water to the next vessel. As you can see in the second diagram. In the second diagram, you can see clean water that is poured with the help of a glass rod, and that process is called decarnation. Okay, now by this method what happens? Clean water and the mud that is separated, which was in the beginning a mixture. Okay, so hope I think you understood about the sedimentation and decarnation. Both are the same method of separation of mixture. For settling down of heavier particle at the bottom of the beaker, that is called sedimentation, and pouring the clean liquid into another vessel, that is called decarnation. Next we will discuss about the filtration. Next method of separation, that is filtration. So what is filtration? That is the process in which component, I think you are remembering the component means the things involved in the mixer. So filtration is the process in which components are separated by using filter paper. Okay, there is the use of filter paper or muslin cloth. So this method in which we use filter paper or muslin cloth, that is called filtration. I think in the kitchen you have seen filter, we say generally filter, and there is the candle, the round white part is used inside that. Okay, that is also made with a filter paper. So the process in which components are separated by using filter paper or muslin cloth, that means cotton cloth, that process is called filtration. In this method is used to separate heterogeneous mixture of solid particles and liquid. If both are liquid, we cannot separate through the filtration. Why? Because there are minute pores in the filter paper, in the muslin cloth, both the liquid will go and again there will be the mixture. So this method is used to separate heterogeneous mixture of solid particles and liquid. Like before we have discussed about the sedimentation decarnation, we can use mud and water. Why? Because there is also mud, even smaller bit, very small, but that is solid, and water liquid. So we can use mud and water, we can separate that through the filtration also. So in the filtration there is the use of filter paper or muslin cloth. Okay, so to help you better, there is the diagram. So in the filtration, what happens? Filter paper that is used, okay, and the funnel is used, that is to demonstrate in the bigger filter, okay, the size of the filter paper, the shape that are different. Okay, when we pour the mixture of solid and liquid, what happens? Liquid can pass through the filter paper, but solid remains in the funnel, in the filter paper, above filter paper, it cannot pass. So liquid can only pass through the filter paper. So both can be separated, and the waste or the solid which is remain in the filter paper, that is called residue, and the clean liquid which is obtained after the filtration, that is called filtrate. Okay, that is called filtrate. That the some terms you should also understand about that. So overall, filtration is the method, that is the process in which components, okay, can be separated by using filter paper or muslin cloth. Okay, next I will discuss about the winnowing. The process in which components are separated with the help of wind, with the help of air. Okay, that process is called winnowing, and that is the traditionally we are using in our country. I think your house also, sometimes your parents, they are using this method. With the help of air, the components are separated. Now this method is used to separate heterogeneous mixture of lighter and heavier particles. Okay, there is the mixer, but in the mixer one components are lighter, other components are heavier, and by this method we can separate them. Okay, you can see in the diagram, a woman is winnowing some of the grain seeds, and there are hawks with the air that is blown away, and the heavier particles, okay, they are falling down at a place. In beginning, that is the mixture of lighter particles and heavier particles, but when there is air is blown, what happens? The lighter particles, they fly away, and the heavier particles settle just below. In this way, the component of the mixture that is separated, and this process is called winnowing. So the process, okay, the process in which components are separated with the help of wind, that is air. Now if the moving air, that is fast air, that is called wind, so some of the speed should be there. So this process is called winnowing. I hope students you are understanding this. After that, sieving. Okay, sieving, this is also one of the method which is applied in our kitchen daily. Sieving means the process of separating components by passing through sieve, that is net like structure. Generally we say jali. Okay, while constructing house also, worker they throw sand on the sieve, that means they have pores. So the process of separating component by passing through the sieve, that is net like structure which have pores, pal huncha. When the mixer is passed through that, okay, the components are separated, and that process is called sieving. Now this method is used to separate the heterogeneous mixture of different size, that is based on the size. In the beginning I have told you the method of separation of mixture, that is based on the nature. So sieving can be done if the component of the mixture they have different in the size. Like you can see in the diagram, sieve is used to separate, okay, different impurities that is present in the food item. Okay, now what happens? The bigger particles they remains at the top, and the minute is small which can pass through that pores, pass through the sieve that goes down, and in this way it is separated. For the construction also, to use the sand that is passed through the sieve, and the sand goes, small particles of sand goes one side, and bigger pebbles, stone, that remains other side. I think you have seen that. So that process is called sieving. And for today, the last, that is magnetic separation, the process in which components are separated with the help of magnet. Okay, magnet is used in this type of separation, that is called magnetic separation. This process is used to separate homogeneous mixture of, okay, sorry, there is the mistake, not the homogeneous. The process is used to separate the heterogeneous mixture of magnetic and non-magnetic substance.